So in today's webinar, we are going to discuss about NAND flash memory basics. That is, what is NAND, what's its performance, how the data is stored, all those informations we can see, and also the applications of NAND flash, wherever it is used, those kind of information, and we are going to compare some of the flash properties with the other storage technologies like hard disk, NOR flash, and DRAM storage. And next we can see about physical organization of a flash, how the memory is internally arranged, and what are the basic unit of read and write operations. All those things will be covered under physical organization. Then we are going to look at primitive operations of a NAND flash. So the basic operations which are needed for a NAND flash to store the data in its physical locations. Then we are going to talk about the logical storage inside a NAND. Like when you copy a file or when you store a image, how the data is internally stored inside a flash. Those kind of you will get an idea of how the data is stored inside a flash when you copy a data or an image file. So the final section will give you an upcoming storage solutions in the industry like PCM, managed NAND, and MRAM, kind of non-volatile storage solutions. So let's start with NAND flash basics. So this flash memory is a type of EEPROM, nothing but electrically erasable programmable read-only memory, which allows multiple memory locations can be erased or written in a single programming operation. Basically, the information is stored in array of memory cells, like array of floating gate transistor, which is called a cell. So each memory cell can store 1-bit information. The flash memory stores the data in the form of a charge or in the form of charge in the floating gate transistors. So nowadays you might have heard about a multi-level cell, which is MLC flash, which can store more than 1-bit information. So when you go more than 1 bit, so it comes up with the more complexion. So compared to MLC, SLC has high data reliability, which requires very less error correction coding and well leveling algorithm compared to an MLC flash. So and flash as we mentioned in the introduction point, the size is small and power consumption is also very low compared to other storage devices. And the main property is non-volatile, so which doesn't require power to hold the contents of the flash, what was stored inside the physical memory. So these are all about basics of NAND flash, and we can see where it is used. So this flash memory become a preferred storage media in variety of consumer and industrial devices like USB drives, digital cameras, solid state disk drives, mobile phones, and memory cards. Predominantly in mobile phones and digital cameras, you can see all the internal data storages carried out with the help of this flash memory. So the next slide has a comparison with other storage technologies. We are going to compare the few of the flash properties, NAND flash properties, with the hard disk, NOR flash, and dynamic RAM. So the first property is holding the data even without power. So almost NAND, NOR and hard disk are non-volatile type of memory, whereas RAM requires power to hold the contents. And the next property is read latency. So compared to hard disk, NAND has very good, it comes around 15 to 50 microsecond, whereas hard disk has a read latency in terms of milliseconds. If we go with NOR flash, which has very good random access time compared to a NAND flash. And in terms of write bandwidth, so compared to hard disk, NAND has lesser programming operations. For example, it can go up to 10 megabytes per second, whereas in hard disk we can go for 100 megabytes. Here the data storage is less compared to hard disk because of the programming operation time taken by a NAND flash. This is much less in case of a NOR flash, and almost hard disk and RAM has the same bandwidth. If you go for that, next property is the erase requirement. So when you do any reprogramming of a page, so NAND it should be erased before writing any data into a NAND flash page. So erase operation is required for NAND and as well as NOR flash, whereas there is no such requirement for hard disk and RAM. So based on this erase requirement, which decides the lifetime of the flash. So depends upon this erase cycles, the lifetime of NAND and NAR flash memories are decided. Whereas if you go for hard disk or RAM, it depends upon the either a physical damage or any other issues which is not typically inside the storage medium. And so if we see power consumption, all the non-volatile requires low power compared to volatile memories. And in terms of capacity, nowadays a single flash NAND flash memory can store data of around 16 GB. If you need more than 16, we can combine multiple flashes to get higher capacities. When we go for hard disk, so today we can get till 4 terabyte, and in case of volatile memories, it will be around 4 gigabytes. So relative to capacity, NOR flash memories are around 2 GB. You can store up to 2 GB per flash, which is the latest one in the NOR flash domain. Next, we are going to see about the physical organization of the NAND flash. So the pictorial representation, how a flash is internally organized, given in this slide. So each NAND flash memory consists of a memory array and flash bus. This memory array is subdivided into number of finite blocks. Again, this block is subdivided into pages. So the basic unit of erase operation is a block, whereas the basic unit of read or write operation is a page. So each page consists of data area as well as spare area. This data area and spare area size varies based on the size of flash as well as depends on manufacturer. These the number of allocated bytes may differ. This spare area is mainly used to store the error correction algorithm related information or to store the map table related information in a page layout. So NAND flash don't have any dedicated address pins. The flash bus protocol along with the other control pins are used to handle the address data and command bytes. So during any read or write operations, the data which needs to be transferred to the flash, which is first kept in the flash bus. So with the help of the control pins like CLE, ALE, CL is nothing but command latch enable, and our address AL is refers the address latch enable. So when we want to transfer any address to the flash memory, these control pins are used to transfer the data as a in terms of address to the flash memory. So this flash bus protocol is designed based on this ONFI standard. ONFI is nothing but Open NAND Flash Interface, which is a work group made out of 100 companies. They are giving a simplified NAND flash integration solutions to all electronic products. So this flash bus, almost in all type of flash memory, is approved by the ONFI standard. So coming back to flash memory, so as I mentioned, this memory array is made up of finite number of blocks. So at the time of manufacturing, there could be some initial invalid blocks. So the flash which has fewer invalid blocks will work similar to a block with all valid blocks. Only these invalid block informations need to be stored before doing any read or write operations. So some of the flash manufacturers stores these invalid block information inside the flash before it gets shipped into the market. So with that help of those invalid block information, we can design our system to handle those to handle the read writes without using the blocks. And also they guarantee that the first block, which is at the block which is block 0, present at the block address of 00, is guaranteed that it till 1000 erase cycles the data reliability will not be lost. So this important informations are stored in this block 0 of flash chip. So far we have discussed about what is NAND, what are its applications, and compare with other storage technologies how the NAND flashes differs with hard disk or RAM and NAR flash, and about the physical organization of the NAND flash. Next we are going to see about primitive operations which are required for a NAND flash. So the flash basically it has 3 operations. One is reading a page, next is programming a page, then erasing the block. All these 3 operations are needed to store the data inside a flash. These the read operation fetches the data on a page basis from the target page, and during program operation the data is written on a page basis. Whereas during the erase operations, the erase is done based on block level, and at the end of erase all the values are reset to its initial values. The initial value could be 0 or 1, it depends upon the manufacturer. So let me talk more about this basic operations. So what happens while reading a page from a flash? So the internal flash memory can be accessed on a page basis. So whenever a read command is issued to the flash device, first the data is transferred from the internal memory to data registers. From the data register, the data can be sequentially output to outside memory. So from there it can be accessed to send it to transfer the data to host. Whereas when we do a programming, the again it's programmed on a page basis. Initially the page at which the data has to be programmed need to be transferred to the flash. So the programming starts with the address, loading of address followed by the data. So initially all these informations are loaded to the data register. From data register it is transferred to the internal flash memory after a specific program delay. So this programming delay may vary, depends upon flash type and page size of the flash. Next we are going to see about block erase. So each block can be erased over a definite number of cycles. So the programming or erase cycle is limited to 10,000 to 1 lakh, but again it may vary, depends on manufacturer and type of flash, whether it is an SLC or MLC. So based on that the erase count will be taken care inside a flash device. So next we can see about the limitations of NAND flash. So whenever we do programming, the pages should be sequentially programmed within a block. Once a page is programmed, it cannot be changed until the entire block is erased. Or if you want to reprogram a page, it should be erased, then only can be written with the new data. This characteristic is known as erase before write. And also each flash has a finite number of erase write cycles. So once it crosses that finite number, the data reliability may lose. So the storage device should take care of this erase cycles while storing the data into the device. So